you're of a certain generation, you'll recognize her from your favorite childhood movies, including Mrs. Doubtfire, Miracle on 34th Street, and Matilda, in which she played the titular character, Matilda. She's a recovering child actress now. She's all grown up. She's a writer and a storyteller. She's appeared on the Risk show here at the Pit and the Jukebox. I'm delighted to welcome to the show Miss Mara Wilson. Mara Wilson.
Hi. Thank you. Hello. Very, very funny, by the way, Rusted. Very, very funny.
Rusted, is it a song for your childhood?
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. But thank you very much for having me.
Thank you for being here. When was the last time you were on a talk show?
Oh, I believe about, let's see, well, I remember being on Leno when I was 9, and when I was 7, and also again when I was 7. And a couple of times, I've been on Leno, I've been on Letterman. I was on Leno a bunch because I actually grew up in Burbank, California, where it happens, and where like Leno driving around in one of his many, many cars is actually quite a common occurrence. Oh, Leno took my parking space again. That's something you hear in my childhood.
So he just picks random children off the street, puts them on the show?
I mean, it was funny because I was on a show, but also like a lot of kids that I knew would be on jaywalking, where he'd ask them like, you know, stupid questions and watch them fail miserably. And I was always like, oh, okay, good. I managed to dodge that bullet. I went there and people actually laughed at what I said.
Right.
Liked what I said.
You had a proper treatment. Well, this is going to be just like Leno.
Really? Are you going to give me a CD player for my birthday like he did?
He gave you a CD player?
He did give me a CD player. He did. And then my brother borrowed it and broke it.
Well, I have a book I could give you.
Really?
It's called Coloring for Grown-Ups.
Oh yeah, I was looking at it. It's hilarious.
Mara, this is also not your first time at the Pit, right?
No, it's not.
You got some experience here.
Yeah, I recently did Risk with Kevin Allison here. I've done that show twice. It's a great show. It's a lot of fun. I love Risk. It's kind of like if anybody knows like The Moth or This American Life. Imagine that, but like NC-17. My story was not. It was just personal, but
you must have some great stories from your childhood in show business.
Yeah, I do. I mean, it's weird. I've only recently realized how like funny and strange some of them are.
Yeah.
Probably like one I remember. One thing that it took me a while to learn was, you know, how exactly you're supposed to behave on sets. And like when I was on Mrs. Doubtfire, I was like always embarrassing myself and. Well, sometimes by embarrassing myself, I mean like doing things that a 5-year-old would do because I was a 5-year-old. Like getting really tired when I was working late at night and starting to cry because I wanted to go home. They sent me home, don't worry, there was no child abuse or anything. It was a wonderful set, wonderful people. Don't send me Fox. But it really was. But like, I remember it was, I was on a TV movie called The Time to Heal, and it was with Nicolette Sheridan, who I guess now is on, or she was on Desperate Housewives as like the brazen hussy, and that's the term kids are using, right? Brazen hussy. I love brazen hussy. And Gary Cole, who played the passive aggressive boss on Office Space. And anyway, there's a scene at the end where she like overcomes an illness and she's supposed to kick a soccer ball into a net, and she kicked and it missed. And I was supposed to say, "You made it, Mom, you made it!" Run to her and hug her and, you know, congratulate her. And she missed, so I didn't know what to say. So the director goes, "Okay, cut, Mara, just wanted you to know, okay, no matter what happens next time, just say the line. Just say, 'You made it, Mom, you made it,' no matter what, okay?" And I said, "Okay," because I was 6 years old and I was a professional. And so the next take, Nicolette kicked the ball and it hit the goalpost and bounced off it and flew back and hit me full on in the chest and just knocked the wind out of me. But I didn't know what to do because I'd been told you have to do it anyway. So I just said, "You made it, Mom! You made it!" And I ran to her and I hugged her and they yelled cut and I burst into tears. And everybody there laughed, and then that just made me cry harder because, you know, I thought they were laughing at me and
laughing at your pain.
Laughing at my pain, exactly. But my mom said, you know, no, they were just laughing because, you know, you were a professional about it. And I was like, well, good, because that's what I was trying to be in the first place.
This is the Mia Hamm story. What was this? The soccer?
It was. I think it was actually based on a true interesting story.
Yeah.
It was an interesting story about a woman who'd had a stroke while she had a baby. It was really sad. I met one of the girls who was like related to that family just randomly at summer camp. She's like, "You were in this movie when you were 6, right?" I was like, "Yeah." She goes, "Yeah, that's my family." It's like, oh, okay. Well, I hope like we depicted everything well.
She's like, actually, there was one time I got kicked in the chest with a soccer ball.
Yeah, exactly. Soccer was the big thing in that. I had to learn how to dribble a ball. That was very, very hard for me.
That was hard for Scott too.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, yeah.
Soccer balls, basketballs.
Yeah. Well, we're both in the awkward Jew club, I think.
Yeah.